give narcissists one thing about their character that could be somewhat admirable. They are incredibly ballsy. When they want something or someone, usually someone, regardless of the fact that most things are out of their league and most things they don't deserve, because they have no self-awareness, that lack of self-awareness will allow them to pursue that one thing that they so desire. They don't get introspective like the rest of us do and stress over the fear of rejection, or really self-evaluate and consider, do I need this or do I deserve this? No, they don't do that. They will pull on one hell of a show to get what they want. Welcome back to my channel, Own Your Own Freedom. If you don't know my content on all things toxic and narcissistic abuse in this community, subscribe down below so you can get all of my new content, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. I put out a video once a week on various different topics, but all are about this toxic world that we have to navigate, unfortunately. But be encouraged, because this channel is all about freedom. So in this video, we're going to talk about the narcissistic Hoover. If you don't know what a Hoover is, let me explain it to you. A Hoover, and the term obviously comes from the Hoover vacuum that came out, I would say, in the 1930s and 40s. This was a term that I forget who it was coined by, but it describes the way that a narcissist will suck you and other people and other sources of supply back into their life. And it's actually such a vortex, such a force, that it's very difficult to fight back against if you don't know who they are and what they want, what their real intention is. So this is a Hoover. They come around, and like I have already explained, even though they don't deserve you, and even though you dumped them, or even though they dumped you, or whatever the case may be, the relationship has ended for a good reason. Despite that, they still will force themselves into your life, because in their mind, there was never an actual ending of the relationship. You've never been severed from them. And because of that, they actually inflict more damage on you in the process, as they're, scrambling to get some sort of supply from you, some sort of admiration, care, affection, time, relationship with you. They end up hurting you even more. So like I said, narcs don't know introspection or self-improvement. Their lives are forever stagnant, actually. They're repeating the same toxic cycles over and over again with you and with the next person and with the next person, yet they still expect a different result. They don't change or improve themselves because they believe they are the finished product. Everyone else is the problem. Everyone else needs to change to adjust to them. Despite knowing this, in my situation, I had an ex-narcissistic boyfriend, and I blocked him on all social media for several months. But then when I got to a place where, because I still have to interact with him, he attends my church. When I got to a point where I felt that it was okay for me to unblock him, I unblocked him. I don't have any interaction with him, but I guess he took that as an indication where he could contact me or make some sort of gesture. So he commented on my status recently. And I read it and I ignored it. But still, it was really shocking to me to see that he commented on my status on WhatsApp. That's incredibly ballsy, given the way I broke up with him. I made it very clear that I want nothing to do with him, and he's lost all my respect. But in their rendition of history, in their delusional mind, for those of us who have ever encountered a narcissist, you realize that their version of history is never true. It's always through the lens of their ego and through the lens of their hyper emotional and hyper shameful minds. But in their rendition of history, according to him, we just had a simple falling out, a temporary separation. That's why they managed, in all of our cases, they managed to keep you close and keep close tabs on you. This is essentially so that at one point when things are okay with you and you're full of supply and you're full of health and you're going on in your life, they can conveniently reinstate you as a source of supply when the time is right. So here are 3 ways a narcissist will try to hoover you or try to re-trap you even after you leave them. Number 1, the distance hoover. This is simply just like smiles and maybe close encounters at mutual gatherings. Sometimes my ex-narcissist will try to stand close to me when I'm talking to someone. They'll sort of, meander with their person that they're talking to closer to me. And it's not really initiating any conversation, but it's just to sort of overhear my conversation and be involved, be in the environment that I am in. That is a distance hoover. It's standing too close to you even when they don't need to. It's going out of their way to be where they know you'll be. It's not, they don't have enough balls to talk to you and they don't have the balls to get rejected. So they just simply stay in your sphere. The second type of hoover is the indirect hoover. This is, for example, like I already mentioned, commenting on your social media. This is talking to your friends so that they tell you about them and what they're going on in what's going on in their life. This is when they maybe talk to colleagues of yours. This is when maybe they make gestures like they'll bring back your gifts. Maybe if you exchange gifts for holidays, they'll like drop it off at your house and maybe try to make small contact with you in that way. Then the third one is the obvious one, the direct hoover. This is talking directly to you, trying to start up a conversation, direct messaging you on social media, especially, and honestly, the most common one is in settings with mutual friends. They will force you to feel rude or to feel like you're overreacting and overreacting for ignoring them. So they'll put you in a situation where you're with mutual friends and they'll force their way into the conversation and force their way to talk to you. And because you're around your friends, you don't feel to make a scene, so maybe you go along with it. But don't go along with it. That is a narcissistic hoover. All of these are typical hoovers. They're pathetic in their attempts, they're pathetic in their endings, they're pathetic because of the source. All of it is just this superficial and sick way of getting to you, getting to people that are of higher value and have more to offer so that they can leech off of you. They're leeches. Do not engage with them. Remain calm and stoic. If you really want to mess with them, actually, really fake like you're really confused while they're talking and say nothing. Give non-committal responses and if you really feel up to it, just walk away mid-sentence while they're talking. Say you're at a work dinner or something, or a church gathering, or you're with your friends or something out, and they show up and they start talking to you, maybe, and of course because they're completely self-absorbed, they don't understand, social acceptance, so they simply force their way onto you. So in a public setting, you can just, while they're talking, maybe nod, maybe not nod, maybe look at them like they're crazy. And then maybe mid-sentence be like, yeah, okay, and then walk away and go to the bathroom or something. Just non-committal, don't offer them anything. Just simply ignore them. Simply walk away. Don't feel obligated to give them attention they don't deserve. Don't feel obligated to be kind to them because you don't know them and they don't know you. The relationship is over. You have the power. They don't. You're not obligated to be kind or supportive. Don't give the benefit of the doubt to these people. Give them the middle finger. Actually, not literally, but, verbally. So if you like this content, you like this video, like I said, subscribe down below so you can be a part of this wonderful community of people who are just trying to be free from all this toxicity in the world, especially in narcissistic relationships. Also, I want to get your opinion on this topic because there are all types of hoovers that narcissists can do. But if you've experienced any of these 3 categories, make a comment down below so I can see your experience, because honestly, their attempts know no bounds. They can go as low as they possibly can to get your attention. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.